Hi, I'm Samantha Anderson, Director of Communications for Newton Public Schools, and I'm here with the next district update. So this time I'm just going to show you the newsletter because I got scratched in the face by my cat. So I would rather show you the newsletter than that. First things first, this is where this video will be. It'll be right at the top in case you're more of a video person than a text person. We just want to make sure we communicate as best we can. Then we have the Board of Education recap article. So some of the things we went over is the orange mode. That's what the board decided at the last meeting the district would be in. There is one change to the orange mode. Opportunity Academy will actually be in hybrid in orange. It used to be remote, but now they're hybrid. There's also some information about testing opportunities for staff. We'll get into that a little bit later in the superintendent's corner. Last, Chisholm went over their summit learning and their plans and what they're working on. And again, we'll have more information about that below. Next opportunity is a video of the whole board meeting. We tried out our OWL camera. If you have any feedback, make sure you send it to us at info@usd373.org. The next thing we have is the Facebook Live Q&A. So here are some of the questions people asked. Will it be possible for students who are struggling at Chisholm Middle School to get one-on-one help? They will want to talk to their teachers. That's also a reason to have all the data that Summit allows at your fingertips. Are there people checking in with students who are struggling at the high school? They're trying to do a better job of following up on those kids who are struggling academically when they are off-site. The problem with being off-site is that you don't, just because you have a phone doesn't mean you'll answer it. Or just because you have an email address doesn't mean you'll read the email or respond to the email. There are a lot of administrators doing porch visits. They do try to follow up and make contact, and even that's not always successful. So, if you or your child is struggling, reach out to the teacher, the principal, or the superintendent, and we'll see and they'll see what they can do in that regard. Their school social workers are also working very hard. Do we have data on cases at different grade levels? And this is all the way back from November 24th. They had 7 secondary active cases, 2 middle school active cases, and 6 elementary active cases at the student level. Do we use state or county numbers for the gating criteria? It's actually based off of county and local numbers. The attendance is local. The county numbers are from KDHE site, but it only as it relates to Harvey County with the exception of the hospital criteria. That's the South Central region. And then we have the full video of the Q&A if you'd like to watch it. Next, we have the superintendent's corner. He does go into detail about the testing. So basically, the government entities are allowed to be testing sites through expanded CARES Act funding, and this is to increase testing, excuse me. The superintendent is in the process of finishing the paperwork with the WSU Molecular Lab to get this going. It will be free to schools, which would be the only way we could engage in large-scale testing. This will start with staff, maybe weekly, maybe more often, and see how the process works and maybe expand it to certain student populations. The hope is to fully get this going before Christmas break, and this will be optional. It's up to staff to sign up. We had more information about our Out of This World virtual field trip. I think a lot of your students were able to join us, so just make sure you ask them about that. We have other exciting news. So the school district is teaming up with Toys for Tots and the Harvey County United Way for a toy giveaway. They will have toys for kids grades kindergarten through 12th grade, and we'll be giving them away on Saturday, December 12th at the McKinley Administrative Center. You'll want to go, just one parent. Don't bring your kids. We're trying to keep it as safe as possible. We will be requiring masks, temperature checks, and social distancing. There's more information about specifics in the newsletter. It will start out at 9 a.m. and will last until 5 p.m. unless all the toys are out before that. So everybody can get 2 toys per kid. So that's really excited. And again, that'll be December 12th. Another reminder, Chisholm and Santa Fe are going to have a Zoom lunch on December 14th at 12 p.m. You have to sign up for that in advance. Chisholm and Santa Fe parents and staff, you have received an email where you can sign up for it. And this is something new we're hoping to do for all the schools. We're just starting with Chisholm and Santa Fe. Just a reminder, we do have hiring bonuses in certain positions. There's even a video that kind of explains what it's like to be a paraeducator. Use that question and feedback form. It's on all of the school district websites. If you have a question, it's a quick way to get an answer or give feedback. Another cool thing going on, Mrs. Weimer and Mrs. Guard's third grade remote classes put together a Socktober drive to donate socks to Amber Hope. That was a really neat project they worked on. We also have our railer recognition section, which is always exciting, including the Students of the Week from the high school, as well as our new building and department updates. So not all buildings have to do this. This is just if they'd like to get their information out one other way. So in it, Chisholm went over some of the changes they're making with Summit and their school in the second semester, and some of it starting this semester. Slate Creek went over their Girls on the Run season. It was really interesting to read about that. Sunset just went over some guidelines on remote learning, things to do, some important reminders. And Walton Rural Life Center reminded us that they are selling goat soap, lotion, lip balm, and eggs. So a lot of things for either Christmas gifts or holiday cooking. Last but not least, transportation would like to remind everybody to wear their masks. And then, of course, as always, we do have our staff shout-outs. Those are always a ton of fun to read. Thank you to everybody who sent those in. And just another reminder, if you have a recognition or a shout-out you'd like to send me, just email info@usd373.org and also send all your questions. Hope you have a great week.